All right, tropical moisture moving across Arizona over the last couple days. As I mentioned earlier, pretty odd to have some rain around here at elevation this time of year, but the air mass just very warm. It originated way down in the tropics. We'll take a little closer look at that in just a second. We start the satellite and radar earlier this morning. The main batch of moisture that moved through overnight already just moving off into East Arizona, and that's what it did throughout the day, with rain ending pretty rapidly from west to east. And now the storm system's already off into New Mexico and Texas with clearing skies behind it. In the meantime, a couple days of moisture, a good thing. Today's high temperature 45, right around average for this time of year. Today since midnight 72 hundredths, bringing us up to 19.02 on the calendar year, and that's not too much below average considering what a dry start to the calendar year we had. But of course we had a pretty wet monsoon, then a pretty dry fall, but this storm system bringing quite a bit of moisture. Here's a look at some of the storm precipitation totals from Tuesday and Wednesday. West Fork of Oak Creek 3.08 inches here in Flagstaff, 1.79, Sedona 1.71, Prescott just over an inch and a half, and right on down the line everybody seeing some good moisture. As you got more into northern Arizona, the moisture really didn't reach there. Grand Canyon only at 41 hundredths of an inch, but really a much needed drenching for us here. We're seeing like a secondary fire season here as we got into late fall season, and that's not a good thing. Obviously it was some much needed moisture. I know a lot of us kind of heard a lot of little grumbling, kind of like moisture's good, but we could really use some snow, and they're obviously not in the cards with this storm system. We take a little bit wider look at it, and here's the storm system moving off our screen, but you can kind of see where this whole air mass originated, way down in the tropics. We never really saw an area of low pressure with this thing. The area of low pressure was way up in the Pacific Northwest. It just drew in a lot of moisture, so much moisture that we managed to get some good rainfall out of this. And we take a look out in the Pacific. It's high pressure, a break from it tomorrow. We're already starting to see some clearing skies. And there's a little weak storm system in here, even though it looks impressive. This is all just high cloud cover that's going to give us some partly to mostly cloudy skies tomorrow, some cirrus clouds. And then a little weak branch of this moves through on Saturday for some very light rain showers, mainly across northern Arizona. It's another warm storm system. And I was just over on the climate prediction page, and they just wrote up the El Nino discussion, and still not in an El Nino. We're still at El Nino watch. There is some warm temperature anomalies down here in the tropical Pacific, but they're talking about still haven't seen the wind over the Pacific and the rainfall patterns really couple with the ocean temperature. So until you see the atmosphere couple with the warm ocean temperatures, it's not officially an El Nino. But I would kind of argue this is starting to look El Nino-ish with a good subtropical jet and rain here in Flagstaff in December, which is just kind of unusual. Still El Nino watch, 65% chance of El Nino forming here in the coming months is what the Climate Prediction Center is saying. Currently outside right now, 48 in Sedona, 46 Payson, and 48 degrees in Prescott. Overnight tonight, I think with some clearing skies, we drop down into the 20s, and we'll probably hit that dew point and see some areas of patchy fog, not burning off till mid-morning tomorrow for a good portion of northern Arizona. 50 degrees, the forecast for us here in Flagstaff. Of course, those high clouds moving in that I talked about. Here's a look at the temperatures tomorrow. Very mild, right where we've been all week, even with the rain. 62 Sedona, 58 Prescott, Payson 59, and Winslow 56 degrees. I can't say right where we've been. I think today was a very cool day with the rain, but a little bit nicer out there tomorrow. A little light rain on Saturday. High pressure builds in into early next week, and temperatures warm up for you down Sedona, low 60s, mid 60s as we get late in the weekend.